Wonder weld, is it good or not? We've got this vehicle that has a head gasket issue. As we can see, there are clear signs of oil and water contamination in the oil cap, as well as in the radiator. You can clearly see the bubbles and condensation under the oil cap. There are also clear signs of oil in the radiator. We'll start off by removing the feed pipe to the thermostat housing. We will need to remove the thermostat from the thermostat housing. In order to do this, we will need to remove the two bolts that hold the thermostat housing in place. Once done, the thermostat and the thermostat housing will remove easily. You can see clearly the major signs of head gasket failure. The mixing oil and water can be clearly seen as this brown chocolatey colored substance. You can also see the clear sludge within the engine block. This will need to be flushed. Simply pour clean water into the top of the radiator and this will all flow out of the engine. The clean water flowing through the system clears the sludge quite efficiently, as you can see here. The thermostat simply pulls out of the thermostat housing. Be sure to clean the groove for the thermostat seal. This will need to be refitted. As you can see, our thermostat seal is quite beaten up, so we will ensure a watertight seal by making use of some gasket maker. Be sure to use a good quality gasket maker, as we do not want any leaks or temperature and overheating issues in the future. Be sure to clean off the thermostat housing bolting area, as we do not want any dirt or oil to cause no seal by the gasket maker. Once fitted and tightened into place, you will clearly see the gasket maker oozing out from the sides. This can be cleaned up a little later. We can now proceed to fit the piping back into place. Next, we will make use of a radiator flush, which will allow us to loosen up any further liquid and oil mixture that is trapped in the radiator and in any of the coolant pipes. Once the flush has been completely emptied into the radiator, simply top it up with some clean water. Be sure to check our thermostat housing for any leaks. Close up the radiator cap and start the vehicle. Allow the vehicle to idle for at least 10 to 15 minutes or until it's reached operating temperature. We can see the clear difference that the radiator flush has made. When we opened up the radiator cap, we can see the oil and water mixture or sludge is clearly being expelled through the top of the radiator. Next, we will remove the pipe that feeds coolant into the thermostat housing. This will allow us to drain the radiator once more. You can see clearly a whole lot of sludge has now been expelled from the radiator as a result of the radiator flush. Next, we will need to throw in our Wondar weld product. Wondar weld needs to be poured directly into the engine block. This will need to be poured into the side of the engine into the thermostat housing. Make use of a funnel to ensure no wastage. Before pouring the Wondar weld in, shake the container thoroughly to ensure a proper mixture. This will make for a better seal. Next, we will need to fit the radiator pipe back into position and fill the radiator back up with some clean water.